No matter who you are a fan of, please subscribe to support me. Thank you, love you all very much. How does Doctor Doom's power compare to Thanos? Who do you think would win in a fight between the two? Doctor Doom and Thanos, a classic Marvel showdown pitting intellect against raw power or cosmic might. Thanos usually wins thanks to his absolute power, but Doctor Doom, especially God Emperor Doom, with enough preparation time and his technology or magic, could challenge or even overpower Thanos, particularly if Doom acquires powerful artifacts like the Infinity Stones or the power of the Beyonder. However, Thanos, with a complete Infinity Gauntlet, is a reality-bending force who typically overwhelms most opponents. Doctor Doom, the ruler of Latveria, the Sorcerer King. He's a rare symbol of power, combining outstanding scientific intellect with magical abilities that rank among the best on Earth, 616. The armor he uses isn't just battle gear, it's an ultimate technological system capable of flight, creating protective force fields, amplifying his strength, and unleashing energy at a highly destructive level. The entire armor operates like a giant data processing center, allowing him to connect continuously with his private data repositories while also infiltrating and controlling numerous complex computer networks. When combining this technology with magical prowess on par with Dr. Stephen Strange, Victor Von Doom creates a comprehensive power that few can successfully contend with. His absolute belief in his own superiority and his right to dictate destiny according to his own will further solidify his status as an unyielding force. In every conflict, Doom always acts with cold calculation, ready to cross any ethical boundary to achieve his ultimate goals. It's this combination of science, magic, and boundless ambition that has made Victor Von Doom a constant nightmare for Marvel's heroes, cementing his reputation as a strategic adversary who is nearly unbeatable in any confrontation. Dr. Doom is one of the greatest intellects, with scientific prowess reaching its peak, rivaling Reed Richards, and even surpassing him in many areas. Alongside his scientific genius, Doom also masters dark magic at its highest level, enough to stand shoulder to shoulder with Doctor Strange in complex rituals and metaphysical confrontations. This combination creates a comprehensive mindset where scientific logic and mystical energy operate in perfect harmony, complementing each other flawlessly. Doom's mind is trained to be almost impenetrable, allowing him to resist mental manipulation from cosmic entities and even defy the boundaries between life and death. Doom's greatest foe is Reed Richards, a symbol of pure scientific intellect and the source of an unending rivalry. This animosity stems not only from ideological differences but also from an absolute desire for superiority. Additionally, Mephisto plays a fated adversarial role by holding Doom's mother's soul, creating a deep conflict between magical power and personal obsession. His mental fortitude and complex motivations have transformed Doctor Doom into a force that keeps all heroes wary in any encounter. Thanos was born as a tragic exception, carrying deviant blood between two Eternals, which shaped his unusual destiny right from the start. Thanos' inherent power surpassed all Eternals who ever existed, with only a rare comparison to Uranos. His abilities weren't limited to pure strength. They also extended to energy manipulation, enhanced durability, and high-level spatial movement, though Thanos rarely displayed his full potential. Thousands of years of existence forged in Thanos, extensive experience, a cold strategic mind, and an almost absolute resolve. Before embracing a path tied to death and the concept of total annihilation, Thanos was once an exceptional scientific genius on Titan, his home moon of Saturn, not some distant world. That intellect allowed Thanos to access and improve cybernetic technology to enhance his physical capabilities, similar to the enhancements applied to Nebula and Gamora. Through multiple resurrections, Thanos continually regenerated his physical form, whether these technological improvements were integrated throughout or not. Nevertheless, each return reinforced Thanos' status as a symbol of power, where strength, intellect, and ambition merged into an irreversible destiny. Thanos possesses a nearly indestructible body, operates tirelessly, and wields physical strength far surpassing both Hulk and Thor. Every movement carries destructive pressure, enough to shake battlefields and overwhelm any opponent he faces. Thanos can unleash incredibly destructive energy beams from his hands without any external support, showcasing the pure power honed over his long existence. However, Thanos' power isn't solely physical. His sharp intellect and strategic vision, accumulated over thousands of years of conquest, have transformed Thanos into a calculating ruler, always many steps ahead of his adversaries. Adam Warlock emerged as an absolute counterweight, representing life and order, always standing in opposition to Thanos' ambitions. Each confrontation between them was not just a clash of power but also a conflict between two opposing concepts of existence. Additionally, the Avengers became the greatest obstacle to his genocidal plans, constantly disrupting his cosmic-scale machinations. This prolonged confrontation has depicted Thanos as an icon of ultimate ambition, where strength, intellect, and an iron will merge, creating a force that compels all heroes to unite just to face him. Thanos is widely considered superior to Doom in both raw power and durability, creating a clear gap in a direct comparison. Even when Doom operates his ultimate armor, Thanos still holds a higher position thanks to his almost unyielding physical foundation. Thanos' ability to withstand and overcome Black Bolt's full power at extremely close range perfectly demonstrates that extraordinary resilience. Given this reality, it is hard to believe that even Doom's strongest force field could replicate a similar outcome. Regarding intellect and scientific potential, both belong to a rare group that has reached the pinnacle. However, the advantage leans towards Thanos due to his significantly longer existence, which means he has accumulated superior knowledge and techniques through countless conquest experiences. Thanos possesses a colossal spaceship that functions as a complete living space, allowing him flexible travel between star systems and galaxies. This showcases a broad vision and scope of action that Doom rarely demonstrates interest in, even when he has the capability. Doom is not a figure of fear, but a direct confrontation with Thanos would be an unwise choice. Doom always prioritizes long-term strategies, avoiding unnecessary conflicts that offer no practical benefit to his ultimate goals. It is this cautious mindset and ability to control his ambitions that make Doom dangerous in a different way, not through direct clashes, but through patience, calculation, and the ability to wait for the opportune moment. God Emperor Doom appears as the embodiment of absolute power, drawing strength from abstract beyonders, which allows him to launch simultaneous attacks across multiple planes of existence. Space, matter, abstract concepts, and the mind are stirred in the same instant, creating a storm of pressure. Each strike is guided by a genius intellect with an unceasing desire for perfection, causing all surrounding reality to tremble under Doom's dominating will. Thanos, bolstered by the Infinity Gauntlet and an unyielding, indomitable will, fights back with cold composure. He counterattacks when necessary and dodges at precisely the right moment to maintain a strategic advantage. With the ability to manipulate soul, time, space, mind, reality, and power, Thanos both mocks and adjusts the situation in a way that renders all familiar rules meaningless. Thanos once inflicted deep pain upon Doom through brutal acts, erasing ancestral lineages and turning worlds to ashes. Doom responded with absolute resolve, rising to halt the chain of destruction before Thanos' ambitions could spread further. When Thanos unleashed an attack with the force of a black hole, Victor merely laughed scornfully and instantly opened a multi-dimensional battle. Mobilizing energy from three distinct planes of existence did not deter Doom. Thanos immediately manipulated time and space to create a colossal counterwave, causing countless galaxies from the past to the future to vanish as he appeared behind Doom and delivered a decisive blow to the protective armor in that fateful collision. Thanos had penetrated Victor's thoughts long before the collision and launched a destructive attack. The strike tore apart the physical form of Latveria's ruler, but Victor did not collapse. With absolute control over atomic structure, he enveloped Thanos in a sophisticated manipulation field and then reconstituted himself through his opponent's thought center. Thanos received the counterattack with cold composure, immediately turning the tide by infiltrating and bending Doom's mind. He planted doubts about Victor's self-worth, forced beliefs, and whispered that his current power was undeserved. Doom had anticipated this tactic and responded with a flood of multi-layered attacks from microscopic to nebular scale, dangerously stretching and scattering Thanos' perception. Atomic bonds within Thanos' structure violently shook as those entities redefined familiar physical constants. Even so, Thanos stood firm and counterattacked with a strike aimed directly at Doom's deep-seated self-esteem. He poured tormenting suggestions into Victor's mind about his existence, the feeling of abandonment, and the haunting obsession that his mother had never truly believed in or had expectations for him. Any power reaching multiversal or omniversal levels is considered superior to the Infinity Stones, even though these treasures inherently possess cosmic-scale power. Before the multiverse was formed, the original stones were remnants of the Infinity Entity, the first supreme entity. Despite countless cycles of reality transformation, the Infinity Stones still exist as primal imprints of absolute power. Their strength reaches its purest form. When the multiverse was born, that power was dispersed and shared among all parallel stones existing in countless universes. For this reason, even if Black Panther held the Infinity Gauntlet and confronted Doom, the outcome would remain irreversible against the beyonder power Doom possesses. The Infinity Gauntlet can overpower all cosmic-level threats, including Eternity and lesser entities. However, at higher tiers, such as the Living Tribunal, the Beyonders, and multiversal threats, its power is still surpassed. The heart of the universe, or infinity that Thanos once possessed, is considered a power linked to Toa, transcending even the multiverse, and it was this that allowed Thanos to defeat God Emperor Doom in a fateful moment of the universe, and Thanos was the winner. So guys, that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Love you much.